Okay, we have a little how-to video we want to show you because sometimes you want to add an exterior door to a garage or the back of the house or somewhere like that. And so we're doing one today. So we thought we'd show you the process of what we go through to do this. We're going to be putting what we call for a garage, we call it a man door. So it's a way to get in without having to open the big garage door. So we're going to put that about right here. And let me take you inside and show you what it looks like from the inside. And then we'll show you a couple of progress videos along the way. Okay, so we're inside the garage. And this is where we want to put the door. It's a 3-foot wide door, so it's the standard width for an exterior door. Or just putting a steel door. I'll show you that in a second. But so we got to reframe this opening. If you look up here, you can see there's already a header up there because this garage used to be a carport. So it goes all the way across. And so we don't really need to put a header in, but normally you do. Normally you'd have to put a header in like this. This is a 2x8, a double 2x8. Sometimes you need to do a double 2x10. And then that will give you the support across the opening, because any exterior wall you put into it's going to be a bearing wall. So anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to want to move this stud over to about here, and then we go over this way. We'll put another stud. You want the opening to be about 2 to 2.5 inches wider than the door. So in this case, is a 3-foot door, wide door, so the opening will be about 38 to 38.5 inches. And then the door is also 80 inches tall, and usually we want the opening height to be about 83 inches for an exterior door because it has a threshold and stuff like that on it. So we're going to put this door right here, and then let me show you the door real quick. Let's walk through. It's right here. We have it sitting right here. So this is the exterior of the door. This is called the brick mold that will go up against the siding on the outside. And so it'll look really nice when it's done, but we'll show you a progress video as we kind of work through opening up that hole and getting it ready to install the door. We'll show you how we flash it, how we put the foam seal on and stuff like that to keep it from drafts coming in and stuff like that. Okay, so we're making some quick progress here. You can see now we have the opening in, and it comes right down to the concrete on the floor here. We'll have to do some sort of a landing or something right here. We have the homeowner and I haven't talked about it. He may do something later. It's got a couple pieces of brick right here, but usually you should always have a hard surface landing outside of a door. And so, but come inside, let me show you how the framing looks. Okay, check out this framing. So you usually always want 2 studs on both sides of the opening so you have enough room to nail your casing on the inside. Now, we're not going to be putting casing on the inside because it's not finished, but you can see this is our 83-inch height right here so that the door will slide in. And then you can see the header that goes up there. Now, normally what would happen is this stud would go right here, and then this one's called the king stud, and it would go up and your header would be in this space right here, but the header's up higher, so we just went up to that point. And so we have our opening is at 38 inches by 83 inches. And that's what you need to do a 3068 door, or a door that's 3 foot wide by 6 foot 8 tall. So now we're ready to install the door. And so we'll get that installed, and then we'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Okay, we're all done. Check it out. That's the new door installed into a bearing wall. We put the keyless lock on it, so you don't have to worry about getting a key out every time you want to go in through this slide for work. And you use the whole tube caulk underneath that threshold to seal us the water as we get in. Then this is caulk the back of the casing. Here called this caulk, and we're caulking all the way around the sides of this as well to also help minimize water penetration. It doesn't matter if a little bit of water gets in because it's a garage, right? But we want to try and minimize it as much as possible and keep our scopes, no porch or protection that way. Now, let me show you on the inside a few other things. So you can see we put this expanding foam all the way around the window or the door. And that's for a draft stop. I've seen a lot of people try to use this expanding foam to fix leaks. It's porous. It won't fix leaks. So don't try that. It's not going to work because it's a porous material and water will soak right through it. But it works great as a draft stop. Really great. And so, because it expands and fills all the gaps and cracks and stuff like that. The other things you want to look for is you want to make sure your door gets installed plumb and level. Because if you don't, then you'll have it rub it on the top. See how this gap across the top is even all the way across? One of the things you have to watch out for is the floor. If the floor's not level, you have to shim up either one side or the other side of the door to make sure that this gap is the same all the way across. Otherwise, the door will rub and it won't open properly. And sometimes you want to shut the door part way and it'll swing open and stuff like that. So we had to actually shim up one side of this threshold so we could get it to fit level in the opening. And that's pretty common for concrete floors or garage floors because they're all kind of designed for water to slope out. And so one other thing too, when you get these doors, on these hinges, they'll leave one of these holes open and give you a couple of screws to put through this hole. But they usually leave this hole open. And we want the screw to go into one of these holes because if you put it in this hole, a lot of times you miss the stud behind it. But this way, it's going into the stud behind it. And that way, your door is not only anchored to the door jamb, but to the framing of the house as well. And you do that on each one of the hinges up and down. So it works really great. So anyways, it's a little bit windy today, but that's how you do add a door to a bearing wall, like an exterior wall. If you have any questions, shoot me some questions in the comments and I'll try and answer them. Or tell me what you think. If you like this idea or if it makes you feel more comfortable installing a door yourself. We appreciate you watching this video, and if you liked it, please hit the like button. And if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, subscribe to our channel. We'll have more tips and tricks coming your way, as well as a lot of a little bit longer videos that show the transformation that we do on our remodels. So you get to see what a project looks like from the beginning to what it looked like when we're all done with it. Thanks for watching.